Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Villa Park, where of course Newcastle drew 0-0 in their opening match. Curtain raiser for the season today. Before I get into my analysis on the match and what's been said afterwards from Eddie Howe and of course Alexander Isak's situation, please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Leave your comments below and give us a thumbs up if you want to see any more of these post-match video type things throughout the season. Anyway, let's get into it. First thing I want to say is you'd have taken that before the game. I actually put on a draw today. I fancied a draw. Wish I'd put on a 0-0 draw because that was 12-1. But look, coming down here is not an easy place to come, as I've seen in recent times. So a point here is good and something to build on. For me, the frustrating thing is that you would have probably won that match today with Alexander Isak. Couple of really big chances early in that first half. The one for Elanga when he's clean through after 2 minutes, has to score. I know he's on his weaker side, but just keep it low and it's a goal. He just looked a little bit like he had too much time, and you know, I think that would have made such a difference for him to have scored that early for Newcastle. Getting his career off to a flying start would have done so much for his confidence, and I just felt it looked like maybe his confidence took a little bit of a knock after that. You know, he tried hard and he's quick and he's fast and he puts the defences on the back foot, but if he'd got that early goal, he would have been absolutely coasting with confidence throughout the game, and perhaps that wasn't quite the case. So there was that, then there was a Gordon header, he just got under it. I think he should have done better there, and then Gordon shot from the box. There was a really good save for the goalkeeper. Good effort for Gordon, you can't say anything wrong with the shot. But again, you know, they went close, and then in the second half the ball over from Livramento and on the instep for Gordon, he just missed out by a couple of inches. I think Alexander Isak, you know, at his best is probably getting that, just due to his awareness. He's a proper number 9, fox in the box type thing. And you missed him today. I think anyone watching that game, you would know that you're desperately in need of a central striker. Look, I thought Gordon did well. I think he can perform that role. But I just don't know if he can do that all season. It's okay for the odd game here or there, and as I say, I think he did well today, looked a threat, got the man sent off, Konsa in the second half, but you badly missed Isak in there, and without Isak, you know, it's kind of cost you 2 points, because I feel Villa were there for the taking today. They look a little bit stale at the moment. They've not really signed anyone in the summer, and they just looked a little bit devoid of ideas. I thought Newcastle probably in the second half were a bit like that as well. I didn't think the game was there for the taking. Just thought the final pass, the final shot, it was just a kind of lacking in belief, really, I felt. But on top of that, I do feel a point here is a good result, so it's difficult to criticise too much. I thought it was, you know, really good defensively. I thought Tino was excellent, Dan Burn was brilliant. In fact, all back four were good, really, really good. Sandro, I felt absolutely bossed it in the first half and then just kind of fell out of it a little bit in the second. But look, in my mind, Sandro Tonali is probably the best midfielder in the Premier League. So anyway, on to the Isak situation. Eddie has said post-match, he's been quite strong actually in what he said, and he said, look, the door is wide open. I've made my stance on this very clear. He said we need a resolution, like we need some kind of clarity, and only one person can give us that clarity, can give us a resolution, and by that I'm assuming that he means Alexander Isak. Yeah, because he later then said in his press conference that this decision rests with Alex. So Eddie's still hopeful that he can bring Isak into the fold. I have to say, when you hear the chants that you did at the end from the fans, and you know, it sounded like it was all of you in unison, making it pretty clear what you felt towards Isak, that to me, it kind of almost points a bit towards it's going to be even harder for him to come back, because you guys have made it clear what you think. I've said it already, it feels like there's a lot of water under the bridge now. It feels really hard to come back from this. Like, it feels he's maybe pushed things too far, and for you guys to react the way you did, I thought was really telling of the situation. Eddie was also asked if it was, you know, about the chance at the end, and he said, look, the fans have been through thick and thin with us. Really praised you for your support during the match, and how you all stuck together, and also said that if you want to say something or get a message out after the match, you're absolutely free and entitled to do that. So again, he got his assessment totally spot on there, said all the right things. And look, it was loud and clear. You could hear it as the players were coming off. Isak will have heard that. He'll be made aware of it. Does that push him further towards the exit door? Maybe. Is that going to be too difficult for him to come back from? Probably. It's on a knife edge. It's really difficult to call, and anyone who says they know exactly what's going to happen is telling lies. I just think it's such a delicate situation at the moment. But just watching the game today, I think for me the frustrating thing was you've got all your other players fit and available. You've got 2 new signings on the bench. You've got Ramsey to come in, and you're just missing Isak. Like, it feels like you've finally got the team together, and you've got all the players fit, and you've got no one on long-term suspensions, and everyone's available. You've got options on the bench. You're making signings. You know, hope for another signing in this week if the club get Wissa done. And it just feels you're just Alexander Isak away from being a really top side, like challenging, having an outside chance for the title, doing really well in the Champions League, but just missing your best player by a mile not by a mile, because there's a couple of other cracking ones in there, but missing your best player, your talisman, your goal scorer, your top scorer, it just takes so much away from the team. And because you've not got that backup either, I wonder what would have been different today if Wissa had started, if Wissa had been in and he started up front and Gordon had played on the left. I wonder if it would have been much different. I mean, he's obviously scored a lot of goals last season. I think he's going to be a good signing for you guys, but also if the Isak situation isn't resolved or he goes to Liverpool, can you really? It's a lot to ask a lad like Wissa, who's just joined the club, to be the main source of goals and leading the line for you this season. So it's a frustrating situation. I mean, it's frustrating for me, so I can only imagine what it's like for you guys. For him to not be here today, obviously he's going to get a club fine off the back of it because he's essentially refusing to play. It's just a sad situation. I said this to a number of fans before the game. As much as he wants the move and he feels he's been promised it and he feels the club have reneged on a promise, it's incredible the way the world is at the moment, the things we're seeing all over the world, the war in Gaza, the cost of living, people not being able to afford heating, and you've got a guy who's earning £150,000 every week and he's not happy. I know it's all relative and it's a short career and he wants to do good things and he wants to play at the top and he will get that opportunity, but why? I just don't get why you force it. Why you make it clear you're so unhappy when you're earning that kind of money and doing the job that any Newcastle supporter there would literally give anything to be the number 9 for Newcastle centre forward, and to be a hero amongst these people and to not want to do it when you're getting paid so handsomely. You'll get your move, you will get your move eventually, but to not be... it's not like Newcastle, I've said this a few times to people this week, it's not like Newcastle are a team struggling at the bottom of the table and like you're getting hammered every week and it's not a happy place to be and the fans are unhappy. You're a team who are in the Champions League, you're a team who are... you've got star players in that team, and Tonali and Bruno and new signings coming in the door, and you're not happy. It doesn't sit well with me, I have to say, to be earning that sort of money, to be under contract 3 years and to be refusing to play. And it was just a sad sight today to see the team without him in the lineup. But what I will say is fair play to the rest of them. Buckled down, got on with it. Yes, the performance wasn't brilliant, it was really good. I thought the first 20 minutes, half an hour was good. The performance was decent without being great. I just think with Isak in the team, you score 1 or 2 goals and suddenly that's a brilliant performance. But it just shows how important a striker is of his quality to the team. So yeah, I'm probably talking in riddles a bit today because just the whole thing just feels a bit strange that we're stood here talking about this on the opening day of the season. It should be a happy time, it should be an exciting time, everyone looking forward to the season. But today just felt a bit flat, the whole week's felt a bit flat. I can't remember ever feeling a start to the season where I've kind of been less up for it. 1, because I'm exhausted, and 2, because this Isak situation's just dominated everything. So let's see what happens. Eddie said the door is well and truly open. I find that difficult, and I just don't see how that's going to sit with Isak when he's heard what you guys sang at the end. It's going to be hard for him to come back after hearing that. So let's see what the next couple of weeks brings. It's surely going to be lots of stories this week with, of course, Liverpool up next. So yeah, that's my thoughts and my ramblings today, guys. Please leave your comments and your thoughts below, and I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully got some positive transfer news to come in the next couple of days. Alright, speak soon. Cheers guys, bye bye.